finished. My people are avenged.
And behold, here come your kin.
My lord.
It would appear that you have done our work for us, Balaram.
Not I, Lord Gwaihir. Your thanks belong to these three. Andriel, Farin, and Aradan. It is they who rid us of Baghrasar.
The same three that saved you at Fornost.
Indeed. A remarkable chance that we should meet again.
If chance it was. Your fates seem strangely intertwined. But be that as it may, we are doubly grateful to you. First for saving the life of Balaram, and now for slaying the giant.
Happy to have helped, but we're looking for a servant of the Dark Lord. A man called Agandaur. Have you seen any sign of him?
Balaram has told us of that one, but we do not know where he can be found.
Elrond Half-Elfin sent us. He had a feeling the enemy might be gathering here.
I will not question the wisdom of Master Elrond. He sees much that is hidden from others. Yet I fear you have come too late to find Agandaur. We have searched the Ettenmoors thoroughly in our hunt for Bargrazar, yet we have seen no sign of this servant of the Dark Lord. If he was here, we can be reasonably certain he is here no longer. My people will work to disperse the enemy forces that remain in the moors. We will be on guard against the return of Agandaur.
Then we should return to Elrond at Imladris. He will be anxious for news, and we have already been long away.
I will arrange for a messenger.
My lord, I owe my life to these three. And I too believe Agandaur to be a grave threat to the free peoples of the North. Eagles no less so than any other. If you would grant me leave, I wish to accompany them and aid them in their quest.
You ask a great deal, Balaram. I may have need for all my followers soon. Yet I perceive a great destiny awaits these three, and it seems you are now part of it. Very well. I will grant you permission to join with them for as long as you see fit.
Unless Balaram plans to carry his friends like sheep in his talons, he will need help. If it pleases you, my lord, I will gladly accompany them as well.
I too have a stake in this quest. Let me be the third.
So be it. Three who cleave the air to match three who walk the earth. May fortune favor you all. Arminel, Baranthor, you shall be at Balaram's command. Obey his word until such time as you return to us. Now I must depart. Many forces are at work across Middle-earth, and many events take shape. I must consider what part the Eagles will play in them.
You've been a great help, as the Eagles so often are. Thanks and farewell.
You return at last. We grew concerned for you. I fear you have missed your chance to say farewell to the members of the Fellowship, for they have departed. Clearly you found danger in the Ettenmoors, yet you have returned safely, and in the company of three of the great eagles, no less. There is a story behind this, and I am eager to hear it.
We found trolls and orcs preparing for war, just as we had feared. And they were led by a renegade stone giant.
He had made attacks against Gwaihir's people.
With the help of the eagle Balaram, we were able to make an end of the giant.
That was well done, but this is troubling. Why would a stone giant act in this manner? They have never been hostile to free folk before.
We took these tokens from some of our fallen foes.
Some of them bear the Black Raven emblem of Agandaur.
Then we can be certain he is behind the giant's descent into evil. But there are also other tokens here I recognize. These are the marks of the orcs of Mount Gundabad, far to the north.
Mount Gundabad? What do you know of that place?
It is a great peak that stands far to the north, at the meeting point of the Misty Mountains and the Grey Mountains. Once, Gundabad was a delving of the dwarves, but it was abandoned long ago. It has since become a stronghold of the orcs. It would be hard-pressed to find a more dangerous location in all the north.
Could Agendaur be a threat to the Ring-Bearer?
Perhaps, but the Company of the Ring is bound southward, away from the regions where we believe Agendaur to be. We can hope that he has no thought for the Ring. Indeed, I doubt he even knows of it.
Why wouldn't Agendaur know about the Ring? He is deep in the councils of the Dark Lord, after all.
Do not forget, for all his power, Agendaur is a mortal man. As bound as he is to the Dark Lord, he is not a slave to his will, as are the Ringwraiths. Were Agendaur to discover the Ring, he would certainly be tempted to claim it as his own. I doubt Sauron would take such a risk.
Agendaur is building quite a force. Rivendell is their likely target.
I fear you are correct. We have made plans for our defense, but truthfully, our best hope lies in eliminating the threat of Agendaur.
If the orcs of Mount Gundabad are serving Agendaur, perhaps we can find him there.
It may well be. From Mount Gundabad, the orcs have many tunnels and secret pathways connecting the hidden mines and orc holds of the Misty Mountains. The orcs can move along those routes in great numbers without being seen. If Agendaur is raising an army to fight for his master in the north, it is certain he will have traveled to Gundabad. The evidence you have uncovered confirms this to be so, yet we have no way of knowing if he is there still.
Perhaps not. But we should not sit idle waiting for him to begin the war on his terms. At the very least, we might learn what the orcs are planning.
To walk into such an orc-infested pit as Mount Gundabad would seem like folly. But you have proven your skill and daring many times over. And too, you have the eagles to aid you. It may be that you will find a way to take the enemy by surprise. It is certain that, were you to destroy Agendaur, you would cut the heart from Sauron's plan to make war in the north.
Then let's get cutting! We're off to Mount Gundabad!
Your courage is commendable, but be certain you are well prepared. Mount Gundabad will not be forgiving of the unwary. Farewell, and may the stars shine upon your path. Is there something I can help you with, Farin?
It's about Mount Gundabad. The place has an evil reputation.
I fear there is little I can tell you that you would not already know. You are aware that Gundabad was originally a great mansion of your kin, but is now a haven for orcs and other foul things.
I know the history of Gundabad well enough. In a way, I've even been part of it.
Certainly you are too young to have been there when your people sacked Gundabad during the War of the Dwarves and Orcs. Ah, but I forget Bolg and the Battle of 5 Armies.
You know of our Great War?
Only your people know the full story of that war. But enough word has come to me to know it began over 200 years ago, when your King Thror attempted to return to his ancestral home of Moria, only to be slain by the Orc King Aesog.
Aesog! Curse his foul name!
But you had your revenge.
Aye. Dwarves gathered from all across Middle-earth to make war upon the orcs of the Misty Mountains.
And after 9 years of bitter war, Aesog was slain by your lord, Dane Ironfoot.
Quite a deed it was, too. Him being just a stripling at the time.
So at last you had your revenge, but the cost was great.
Many of the orcs we fought in the Battle of 5 Armies came from Gundabad. There were a lot fewer returned than left, I can tell you.
Yes, but many years have passed, and the orcs are ever quick to multiply. Gundabad is certain to be teeming with their kind once more. You must keep your wits about you as you search for Agendaur.
Bolg was the chieftain who led the orcs and wargs against us at the Battle of 5 Armies. But he met his death there, and good riddance, I say.
It would seem no orc of Gundabad has been strong enough to lead such an army since.
Well, Mount Gundabad awaits. Farewell, Master Elrond.
Hello again. What can I help you with?
I've found a few things on my travels that you might be interested in. Take a look.
Ah, these are work of Westernese, the lost land of Numenor. The men who forged these items were skilled indeed. You have the makings of a unique weapon here. Although these components were never part of a single work, I believe you have assembled everything I would need to make it so. The finished weapon would undoubtedly carry some elven qualities.
What do you mean by that?
Only that with a work such as this, the finished product is liable to reflect the nature of the smith who assembles it. If, for example, a dwarven smith were to complete this weapon, it might possess quite different qualities from the weapon I would create.
I'd like to see what an elven smith can do. Go ahead if you're willing.
Very good. I will get started at once. There, it is finished. May this serve you well, my friend.
Farron, it is good to see you safe.
No one's happier about that than I am, lady. I've a gift for you. The items from the Ettenmoors you asked for.
Thank you. You have brought these in good time, for we have made barely enough Miraval for present need, and now there is none to spare. With these supplies, I can replace what has been given away, and as I promised, I have kept aside a flask for you. Miraval is potent. Thus, I would advise you to keep this against a time when you're sorely hurt and your strength of will falters. Drink of it then, and you will be restored.
My thanks, Lady Arwen. I won't forget your generosity. If you pardon my saying so, you look troubled.
You have done much already, but I will lay my problem before you. For many years, I have... This must be a banner like no other, and must endure for the ages. The embroidery is nearly done, but as
Mithril! That's a kingly gift indeed.
It is true, there is nowhere in Middle-earth where Mithril might still be mined other than Moria.
Aye, there are items of Mithril to be found.
Still, it seems there is little hope that more Mithril can be found in so short a time.
I'm sure you're right about that.
Gundabad awaits us.
It's a fine thing your friends have done, offering to help us and all. But do you think they really know what they've gotten themselves into? What can you tell me about them?
Armanel is a seasoned warrior. He knows full well what he faces, and accepts it gladly. Baron Thor is young, and eager to prove himself. But he has deep courage, and few can match his swiftness on the wing. But you need not take my word. Ask them yourself. They will gladly speak with you if you so desire.
It's a terrible, dangerous thing we're asking of you. Maybe we're asking too much.
I believe this is the time when all who care for the fate of Middle-earth must act. From on high, I see many lands and many people beneath my wings. In my own way, I am a steward of the North. In this hour, I will join with those who are bold enough and strong enough to stand against the likes of Agandar. For if we fail, there may be nothing left to watch over.
It's a great honor you do us, Belaram. I'll treasure your friendship more than gold or jewels.
It is I who am honored. I am pleased to find such friends in these dark times. You may depend on me to the end, whatever that may be. Call upon me without hesitation. We stand ready to bear you to Gundabad.
It was good of Gwaihir to give you leave to help us. It's unusual for the Lord of Eagles to concern himself with us ground dwellers.
It is true, Gwaihir thinks first of the safety of his own kind, and he is more likely to take a dangerous task upon himself than to send another. He sees us as observers, watching from high above, but holding aloof from the affairs of the earth. He feels we should bear information, not burdens. Even now, the Windlord is considering what part the Great Eagle should play in the events that lie before us, though there may be little time left to ponder such things.
I take it you don't entirely agree with his view of things.
I have served Gwaihir loyally for a long time, and he, in turn, has the wisdom to trust my judgment. He knows that I have chosen the wind I must fly upon, and my choice is this. I can no longer stand apart. I must act. Even an eagle must rest upon an eyrie that has its roots in the earth. We cannot entirely escape the ground, and the fate of elves, men, dwarves, and even hobbits will ultimately be our fate.
What'll be waiting for us at Mount Gundabad?
I can tell you little. The stronghold of Gundabad is carved into a great mountain peak covered in snow and ice. We rarely fly that far north because of the treacherous winds and blizzards that howl from the